lot of nurses who come in and their first inkling is, if I want to be a legal nurse, let me learn how to write reports and then I'll go become a legal nurse. Or they say things like, let me learn reports first. They'll tell us, but I can't start my own business unless I know how to write reports. And also saying things like, I won't be successful until I learn how to write reports. But here's what I really want to talk about today. I really want to talk about why reports is not the golden ticket to a successful legal nursing business. In fact, it is an element, but it is not the element. It's how we're hardwired to think. There's a lot of speculation like, yeah, but how do I write a report if I don't know how to write a report? How do I run a business? How do I make money? So I'm going to kind of walk you guys through my perspective on how I view business. So writing reports is an element of legal nursing. Yes, you do need to understand how to write reports, okay? But even if you have the perfect report, if you do not have a strategy to bring awareness to your business, if you don't know your market, if you don't understand how to gain attention and awareness, if you don't know how to position yourself, having fantastic reports isn't going to grow your business. Attorneys have to first and foremost know that you exist, okay? It's a big deal. If they don't know who you are, know that you exist, and know what you do, if they don't understand how you can help them, it doesn't really matter how good your reports are. So the real secret to having a successful business is to understand how to start and grow a business. Everyone does what we traditionally have been taught, okay? Institutionalized teaching, that's grade school and college, have taught us learn it first and then you can go get a job. So we go to school, we learn the thing, whatever the thing is. We learn the things, all the things, and then we go get a job to put it to practice, right? Even in nursing. As a legal nurse, you already have the medical experience that they're looking for. So you don't need to pay someone to learn about medicine again, okay? What you're looking for is guidance on how to start your business, how to skip all the rigmarole like I did, how to basically skip the mistakes that others have made, create a plan, copy a business plan, a profitable business model, so that you can go execute on it, skip all the mistakes in between, okay, and get to profit faster. And again, you're probably thinking, yes, but to create business, I have to know how to write a report. Okay, that's fine. Learn how to write a report. But even the nurses who come into our program who do the best at reports, if they do not understand how to position themselves in the market and actually market themselves for profit, they don't make money. Report writing isn't going to build a successful business. It is an element of continued success and sustainability because it's an element of doing good business. It's deliverability on your work product, but it is not the only thing, okay? You have to understand that if you actually want to start and grow a business, your number one focus has to be positioning yourself in the market. This goes back to my PPE marketing strategy. Power, position, and education. Those are the three things that you have to understand at a superficial level. You can start your business and start bringing awareness to your brand and your business by positioning yourself appropriately and understanding the elements of how to bring business to your business, right? How to create a network that surrounds your business. And then also understanding that reports is an element of business. But here's another aspect. You could do great at reports, but if you forget to bill, forget to collect retainers, don't keep your attorneys in the know, don't understand and have great communication, it doesn't really matter how good your report is. They're not going to hire you back. That's another element that is as important, if not more important, than the best report in the world. Great reports, yes, is something that we are big on. But you still have to understand how to start a business, run a business, and do good business. Lo and behold, the word you hear more so than anything is business. Now, a lot of us nurses are not business people. We went to nursing school and we love caring for people. Running a business is not second nature to most of us, right? So here's what's so powerful for you is You get to follow in the footsteps of people who've already done it. There are other legal nurses out there who are successful. If it's not me, it's someone, but particularly I'm going to be biased towards us because, again, we're the only people who teach business and teach profitable business, LNC business the way we do. So, again, it's not just about the report. The report is one piece of it. It's only one. And it's not even the highest element that you need to get started with. So many nurses are like, but I gotta have a website. I gotta have a website. Okay, touche. I thought the same thing. I thought, if I don't have a website, I'm not official. Guys, I paid tens of thousands of dollars multiple times to get my website built. And fell short. Before I even had a website, I had 6 figures coming in annually in my business. So, a website, yes. In our business program, I'm going to have you reserve your website domain so that it's there for when you're ready to build it. But it's not what's going to bring you cases and clients. And just like great reports, amazing reports are not going to build your business. A website is not going to build your business. It is your marketing strategy and your business plan. You have to have a profitable business model. And yes, writing reports is an element of reoccurring business. So let me tell you where writing reports and communication, not just writing reports, still, it doesn't always come down to just reports. Not just writing reports, but also being able to do good business includes follow-up and communication, okay? It's an element of customer service. If you don't treat that attorney, if you don't keep them in the know, if you don't help them understand every segment and every step of the way, if they don't understand where their money is going, where your time is going, they're not going to rebook you. They're not going to send you another case. An element of doing good business is also never surprising an attorney. Okay? So you do great on a report, but you never follow up. You never see how it went, which means you're not doing good business, which means I'm not going to send you another case, which still means that you worked your tail off, gave an excellent report, great work product, but because you don't understand the element of follow-up and business, you're going to lose that entire client. So that client became a one-case opportunity for you. That's not what I want. I want you to create clients who bring you reoccurring revenue, which creates sustainability, predictability, and yes, a very lucrative opportunity. Starting an LNC business is one of the cheapest business ventures a nurse can do. It is one of the most cheapest business investment ventures you can go on. You don't need a brick and mortar. You don't need a client base to start it. You don't need years of education or certification to start it. Office staff, you don't need to hire people. You don't need to stock your shelves with supplies. You don't need inventory. You don't need any of those things to start your legal nursing business. All you need to get your LNC business started, number 1, is a laptop. Number 2, internet. Majority of you already have that, okay? The overhead in LNC business is so low that you can run 90% profit margins, which is never heard of in the industry, in any business industry. I thought being busy was productive, and it was to a degree, but it wasn't profitable. Okay, busy doesn't equal profit. You got to be doing the right things to create money. Just like sitting around learning how to write reports and only learning how to write reports is not going to start or grow your LNC business, and it's not going to bring you any money because you can have the best reports sitting in front of you, but if no one knows you exist, there is no business. It's a profitable business model, and it's a business plan. So remember, report writing is an element, and you can learn that, but you don't need to learn it before you start a business. All you have to do is know how to run your numbers. That is probably the largest gap, really, is people don't know how to run their numbers. If you know how to engineer to get to where you are and reverse engineer the steps you need and where you need to start right now, there is no guessing. It is not a game. And if you understand what you've done that doesn't work, and again, you all know how to analyze data because we've done this in nursing. Okay? When we analyze something and we review, we talk about it, we reevaluate, we do these things in nursing already. That's how we improve processes. You mark it, you see what's working, You're going to see how quickly it's going to work. In fact, I was shocked at how easy it could be to get business. What I struggled with was realizing that I could use those tactics in my own business. That was a little block of my own I had to walk through, right? I had to work through, oh my gosh, you do this for a corporation, you can do it for yourself, Stephaney. It's the same elements transferred over. Why can't you use the same tactics? You're going to learn and do. Because that's the only way to change your future, is to go make it happen right now. So report writing is important, but it is not the only thing. It is one thing that helps you continue to do good business. Because crappy reports, I get it. Crappy reports are not going to bring back business. But a great report with no follow-up is also not going to bring back business. So learn how to write great reports, but learn how to do good business. You do not have to be stuck in traditional nursing at a bedside in the wage cage forever. I want you to understand that you have the power of choice, and legal nursing is one of those.